It's about that time where I bring you the Monday night advocacy television show of the Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria. That is IPMAN today, right here on NTA, the largest network in all of Africa. Remember, my name is Alpha Mokone. And of course, as usual and as always, we'll begin with the verdict on today's edition of IPMAN today. On the verdict, we'll be talking about product distribution in Nigeria. I'm talking about PMS product distribution in Nigeria. Now, in recent weeks, we've not seen all those usual queues we normally see at the stations of independent petroleum marketers. But these have become a thing of the past. Many thanks to the national president of IPMAN, Alhaji Abubakar Shettima, who went the mile to strike a sublime partnership with the Dangote refinery. But on this edition of the verdict on IPMAN today, the national president of IPMAN will be telling us how independent marketers have been able to ensure steady supply of PMS across Nigeria. Right after the verdict, I'll take you over to CNG Report. Now, on CNG Report, you know I always bring you first-hand and real-time guests who are using CNG in the city of Abuja. They'll be talking to us on how well CNG has impacted on their lives. Now, there's no gainsaying the truth in that. CNG seems to be the next big thing in Nigeria. So, CNG Report will bring you all you need to know concerning that person who is using CNG, and he will tell us all his experience concerning CNG in Nigeria. Right after CNG Report will be oil and gas news. And from oil and gas news, guess what? I call it a wrap. But this is not the time to call it a wrap. This is the time to take a short break, and I'll be back on the other side. Remember, this is IPMAN today on NTA. Welcome back from that short break. Right now, I'll take you straight to the verdict with the national president of IPMAN. I told you today, we'll be talking about the distribution of PMS in Nigeria. How effective and how efficient has it been in recent weeks? Let's go over now to the verdict with the national president of IPMAN, Alhaji Abubakar Shettima. You're welcome to yet another edition of the verdict on IPMAN today. And as usual, the national president is seated. Mr. President, welcome on the verdict.
No, welcome, Mr. Afan.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
In fact, recently we've been seeing the massive distribution of PMS across Nigeria smoothly, unlike, in fact, a situation that has never before been seen in Nigeria. Tell us what exactly is responsible for this new massive and efficient fuel distribution in Nigeria by IPMAN.
Well, in fact, the way you have been seeing the fuel is being distributed all over the country, actually that one we can give the recommendation to Aliko Dangote, who built a giant refinery. And secondly, we independent petroleum marketers, we have started getting what we have been asking before, that is direct supply. So Aliko Dangote is giving independent petroleum marketers direct supply. We buy a product through him directly and discharge in our filling station. So that is the reason why you have been seeing all over the country now is weighted. There is product anywhere you go in the country.
What makes your relationship with Dangote refinery different?
Well, you know, in the future before, we fully rely on NNPC and depot owners. And in most of the cases, before we get the product, we get it through the third party before. But presently, we are not getting it through the third party. We get it direct and discharge it in our filling station. So actually, that is the reason why you have been seeing most of our filling station has product, because we are getting it direct. And there is a very good market competition between NNPC Retail, DAPMAN, and Mayman. So we are competing in terms of price. And when you go around, you will see we independent petroleum marketers who have a little bit lower rate compared to the other marketers.
In Abuja, for instance, let me take Abuja as an instance. Some people went around Abuja, your independent petroleum marketers, and they found out that some of the price differences, 15 naira. Can we have a uniform price in the middle belt? I'm talking about in North Central now. Is it possible to have a uniform price for IPMAN members?
Well, you know, in the regulation sector, it makes it very difficult to have a uniform price. But as the journey is going, so when it continues, we may reach a situation whereby we may have a uniform price, because there are a lot of mechanisms that we independent petroleum marketers we wanted to bring. like issue of the transportation, whereby probably we may do an independent petroleum marketers fund.
Okay.
That is, yes, that is equalization, the way we can be able to equalize the price.
Okay.
So we are on the project. So if we successfully finish the project, we can bring that one to our marketers so that in the whole country we may have a uniform price.
This is very brilliant, because for those of our viewers who are watching us right now and they might be wondering what this means now, we had the Petroleum Equalization Fund, which entailed and which made sure that fuel pump price across Nigeria was uniform. So IPMAN is trying to do something like that, and you are calling it the IPMAN Equalization Fund. So is it being spearheaded by IPMAN particularly, or
Yes,
is the federal government involved?
No, it's being headed by IPMAN, because if you consider like cement, when you go all over the country, you will see the cement mostly have a common price,
Yes.
just like sweet and biscuit. So all over the country, when you go, you will see that they have the common price, one price all over the country. So the same thing with the petroleum product. We have been putting our effort to see that we make it all over the country to have the same rate. We are thinking the way we can be able to do some depot in the whole part of country. Okay. Like in every state, we went to situation to have an IPMAN depot, whereby we can be able to be putting our product in those depots. If, for example, we have depot in each and every state, so it will reduce much tension of going on road to go to Lagos or Port Harcourt to load only, or to go to Warri. So when we have some depot in part of the country, like maybe in Niger State, we have a depot, in Kogi, different states in Nigeria. When we have a depot there, it will reduce much congestion in the road. And the reason why you have been seeing always we are having some issues on our road is because of the much usage of those roads by the trucks. So when we have those depots, it will reduce the movement of the trucks. So we can just be discharging this product in our various depots.
So, but why has IPMAN not, this is a very laudable initiative, so why has IPMAN not been able to create their own depots in all these years? I know you became president in less than a year, so but why has this not, I don't know, can you answer this question?
Yes, it's all part of our plan and initiation. And okay. You see, the reason why before we cannot be able to do the depot, the product is not enough.
Okay.
There is no availability.
Okay. Then from NNPC?
Then from the NNPC, because we fully depend on the importation.
Okay, yes.
So we are importing before, but now we have the product in the country. So by the time when we have our depot, will be just like a sort of our reserve, and at the same time we can be able to use it for loading for those marketers that cannot be able to go far distance to load.
Okay, Mr. President, thank you so much. What is your last words now on IPMAN today, on the verdicts? Your last words?
Well, my last word, I went to a situation whereby Nigerians populace should consider independent petroleum marketers whenever they wanted to purchase their product. They should look independent petroleum marketers to buy their product through independent petroleum marketers, because buying product through independent petroleum marketers, one, you will have a qualitative and quantity product. At the same time, you will help Nigerian government in terms of employment, because we are the part of organization that assist in terms of employment in the country.
Yes, you've heard it all. IPMAN are one of the major organizations in Nigeria that create job opportunities. And before we go over to CNG report, Mr. President, you were at the Durbar Festival in Kebbi State recently.
Yes.
The Durbar Festival.
Yes.
I mean, let's bring you sights and sounds of that event that took place in Kebbi State, where our national president, of course, the president of IPMAN, was well represented by himself. He was there. Mr. President, you were dressed in your traditional regalia. You were looking so beautiful.
Yes, yes. You know, we go there for the yearly Durbar Festival,
yes,
whereby we congratulated ourselves for having 1 year. And there are a lot of history behind that Durbar. This thing has been done for a very long time. It's a traditional. And as you know, I'm a traditional title holder as Jakad and Gwandu. So me too, I have to go and climb my horse together with my entourage so that to greet my emir.
Let's see those clips where the national president of Ipman was on his horse, on his noble horse, greeting the emir of Gwandu in Kebbi State. Right after that, we'll go over to CNG report. Welcome back from the verdict with the national president of Ipman, Alhaji Abubakar Shettima. It was spot on when he said that every Nigerian should ensure that they buy their PMS from independent petroleum marketers, because that is the only place you can get good bargain for your PMS, because also they've been able to ensure sublime partnership with the Dangote refinery that has given rise to steady and efficient supply of PMS across all independent petroleum marketers outlets in Nigeria. Right now, I'll take you over to CNG Report, and like I told you, every time on CNG Report, we bring you first-hand and real-time guests, real-time personalities who are using CNG. Now, this is no make-believe. This is real. This is genuine. You want to go over to vehicle to CNG, you may want to make up your mind right after this edition of CNG Report. Let's go. Like you can see, these are the CNG kits of this particular vehicle, and I'm about to introduce the owner of this vehicle, Mr. Victor. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir. Good morning.
This is a vehicle.
Yes.
Your CNG vehicle.
Yes.
So, I mean, tell me, before now, you were using PMS strictly.
Exactly.
And you've been into ride hailing for how long?
For 3 years now.
Okay, you've been doing ride hailing services for 3 years.
Yes.
And before then, you've been using PMS vehicle, right?
Of course.
Tell me now, you're using CNG. What is the difference between PMS vehicle and CNG? I mean, you're laughing. You're laughing. I like this laugh. Just tell us. Let it get to know.
The truth is, it's just like when you eat without meat, and suddenly somebody give you chicken to be eating with.
Wow.
You know, the tastes are quite different, and
yes,
the excitement after eating are quite different. Comparing the price is a very, very good investment. I never regret using CNG vehicle. You know, when I buy 20 liters of fuel, it's about 22,000 naira now.
22,000 naira, yeah, that's
yes,
20 liters.
20 liters of fuel.
My goodness.
Now, it's equivalent to 3,400 naira gas. See the difference I'm saving? I'm saving 17,000 plus, which invariably every day I will consume at least 20 liters of fuel. So if we should compare, it has really helped my savings. When fuel is to 1,150.
1,150, yes.
Yes, per liter. I use this almost 780,000 monthly.
780,000 naira.
Monthly.
Wait,
yes.
wait. You mean almost 1 million?
Yes, monthly.
Fuel a month?
Yes.
Almost 1 million?
Yes.
780K?
Yes.
Go ahead. Oh my goodness.
So after that, I have to like sort out for CNG,
yes,
make investigations and install it on my car, which I did. When I did, the first month I was like, I didn't understand, but my savings was boosted. Because if I buy gas of 3.6, I'll go a distance of 20 liters of fuel.
Yeah, 20 liters of fuel, yes.
You understand? Equivalent. So it now shorting in a day, maybe I'll just use for 5K and I'll use gas of 3, 4. So I was like, wow, this thing is good though. So me that I normally use minimum of 23,000 then.
Yes, a day.
A day. It's now using 8,000 thereabouts.
A day.
A day. At a point where I now understand the business. Sorry.
Okay. No, cool. No. I mean, like I told you, he's into ride hailing service. So I'm sure this is one of your clients calling you.
Yes.
So you got to believe that this guy is actually into ride hailing. No, you can pick the call and just tell them you're coming shortly. Okay, now this client wants to book him to the airport. So let's round this up. Now you're saying something.
Okay. So like I say, it's very good.
You save about how much?
Now, invariably, I save almost 500K from fuel.
You save 500,000 naira?
Yes.
Every month?
Every month from
fuel. So that means if you're saving 500K, that means in 10 months you're saving 1 million.
Of course.
5 million rather. 5 million naira you save every year.
Because in ride hailing, one of our major problems is fuel.
Yes, in ride-hailing service.
Yes, one of our major problems is fuel.
It's fuel. Yes, that is what powers the vehicle to take you from one location to another.
Exactly.
Yes.
So if you consume a lot of fuel, all your earnings go into saving, into fuel.
Into fuel,
but
yes.
if you have a CNG car,
like this one now,
like this one, you have a lot of earning.
Maybe you give me this
save.
one.
No.
You
I take part of my leg and leave my CNG car with me.
Okay.
You understand?
So that's how precious this car is to
Of
you.
course, it's very, very precious. Even I've seen so many private people going to CNG because of the kind of fuel they consume and all that.
Yes,
but
affordability.
Yes, this is the new future for Nigerian.
The new future
for Nigeria.
For Nigerian roads.
Exactly. Because I'm saying a very big thank you to President Tinubu for bringing this idea. But in terms of financial implication, it's worth it.
It's worth it.
Though you convert with between 800 and 1.2 million to convert your car into CNG.
Yes.
But I bet you it's worth it.
You heard him. He said it's going to take you about 800,000 naira to $1 million to convert your PMS powered vehicle to CNG. But at the end of the day, it's extremely worth it. Now, so Mr. Victor, I want you to tell us now, what are the safety concerns concerning CNG vehicle that you've been using? How safe is it?
From my research and observations, CNG is very safe. Very, very safe. It's not highly inflammable like people claim. Okay. Look at the last explosion that happened at Benin.
Yes.
If it happens to be LPG or petrol vehicle, it will catch fire. But the car got exploded and the boot just scattered. There was no fire informed. So for me, I feel like it's safe. And the kits are also fireproof. So CNG is eco-friendly.
Eco-friendly.
It's financial friendly.
Financially friendly.
It's your engine friendly.
Engine friendly.
Because when you buy bad fuel, your engine's clogs and you have issues with your engine.
Yeah, so you have to service your vehicle now and then.
But for CNG vehicle, the way it burns, your oil can remain the way it is for longer period.
Even for 1 year?
No, it can't get up to 1 year.
Okay.
But at least we that will service regularly every month. Some of my friends do 2 months and their oil is still clean.
Clean, shining.
Like, okay.
Like so, brand new oil.
It saves you financially.
Saves you so much stress.
It saves your engine. And since I've done CNG, I have no regrets. There's no negative vibe about it.
No negative vibe. Now you've heard Mr. Victor. Mr. Victor is telling us all we need to know about CNG. Mr. Victor, what is your message to Nigerians watching us and they'll be contemplating, thinking, should I convert my vehicle to CNG? What do you have to tell Nigerians watching this program right now?
Well, my advice to Nigerians is, if you have the money, please do. You won't have any cause to regret. You did not pray to use the car for 15 years.
Yes, certainly.
So if you convert your car for the period you are using your car, it saves you a lot of money.
And I can even tell you, by the time you want to change your vehicle to another brand new vehicle,
you can still remove your kit. Yes.
Yeah, you can even remove your kit. Or even if you don't want to remove your kit, your car becomes more, more valuable.
More valuable, exactly. More valuable.
More valuable because
exactly.
you can sell it higher than other cars that are just PMS.
Exactly. So for me, I'll basically advise Nigerians to employ CNG, take the advice from the president. As an alternative for fuel, you will compare a gas of 230 per scon for a petrol of 1,100.
It's not possible.
In Abuja.
It's not possible.
The difference are clear. On this my car, if I fill 15 scon to take me from Abuja to Kaduna and back halfway.
Back halfway?
Yes.
That's just for 2,500 naira?
Yes. If you are using petrol, you know how much it will take you to Kaduna. Kaduna is about 197 kilo from Abuja here. So you know how much it will take you. So I will employ you. I will employ Nigerians to also look into that.
Thank you so much for hanging out with us on CNG Report. So Mr. Victor, you have to go. I know somebody is calling, so just take a walk. So right now, this is the part that I have to draw the curtains on this segment called CNG Report. Mr. Victor has to go pick his client somewhere in the city of Abuja. Oil and gas news will be next on your screen. Don't go anywhere. You're welcome back from CNG Report. Now, there's no getting saying the truth in that CNG is the way to go to ensure lower cost of goods and services in Nigeria. So if I were you, I'll go convert my vehicle to CNG like today. Now, I didn't tell you at the beginning of the show, we'll go over now to oil and gas news. But on oil and gas news, I'll bring you highlights of the stakeholder meeting that was held at the Nigeria Customs Service. At that stakeholder consultative meeting held at the Nigeria Customs Service, Ipman was well represented, and of course the bane of the conversation centered on the need for effective and smooth collaboration between Ipman, the NMDPRA and the Nigeria Customs Service so that Ipman can effectively move their tankers, I'm talking about the petrol tankers, from one state to another conveniently without any hiccup on the road. Now, let me bring you the sight and sound from the Nigeria Customs Service. Let's go.
So our members today, they source their product from any depot in Nigeria today, and any location within Nigeria to take to their stations, provided that the price margin is favorable to them. Anywhere we see the margin is favorable, we go there and purchase the product. And again, our members normally sometimes contribute funds to make up for one truck of product because of the higher cost based on their contribution to their petroleum stations. That is the reason why sometimes you will see one truck is for 3 marketers. In the process of sharing this product, they arrest this truck, call it diversion. Going by the PPRA 2021, NMD PPRA is empowered to regulate our market. No doubt about that. They are empowered to regulate our market. They are stationed at all loading depots. In all loading depots, they have their members there in Nigeria to monitor the quality, the quantity, sales distribution, and supply of product to our stations, which they grant us operating license when we meet the requirement. So sometimes we have seen some duplication of functions. In monitoring movement of petroleum product within Nigeria, the custom should be conscious of the fact that in a deregulated oil industry, marketers could pool resources to obtain product and distribute to individual members at different locations, because now the sector is fully deregulated. PMS is a special product because the advice that we wanted to give deserves special handling. And as such, the Nigerian custom in this regard should not interfere in handling and managing the higher risk involved in its distribution within the country. We are talking within the country. In a nutshell, we are trying to say that if there is any enforcement, let the enforcement be at the border, not at the center of the town or at the center of the city. The IPMAN NEC are very much worried of a lot of cases that has been reported by members that custom has been seizing their trucks loaded with the PMS on issues of diversion. In a fully deregulated economy, there is nothing like diversion of PMS, except those exporting to other countries, sharing borders with Nigeria without an NDPRA permit.
You're welcome back. Now, this is the part that I always hate to do the most. I just wish I could go on with IPMAN today all the way till tomorrow, but of course that is not possible because we have to draw the curtains on today's edition of IPMAN today. Many thanks for keeping your dial, for keeping your channel locked on NTA, the largest network in all of Africa. Remember, like I always tell you, IPMAN today will be back same time next week Mondays at 10:05 p.m. every Mondays, where we'll bring you all the activities of IPMAN as led by the national president of IPMAN, Abubakar Shettima. We'll also bring you the latest in oil and gas policies. We'll also bring you CNG reports, where we'll show you real-time Nigerians using CNG and how they feel about CNG and how CNG has impacted on their lives. Remember, NTA Network will continue with the Sublime broadcasting. So if I were you, I would not change the channel for anything else. My name is Afamokone.